Hello and welcome back to this course of videos on MongoDB. Now in the previous video we were using the set operator to update, edit the items within our arrays. So here we have two items within our array which are strings, and here we have two objects within our array. So what we were doing in the previous video is we were using the set operator and the positional operator to edit these embedded objects or these embedded strings or whatever you have in your array. So if you remember, with our orders array, we added a field to this particular embedded object. We didn't add extra objects in the array, we just edited the existing objects within the array and appended a field to it. So that was using the set operator and the positional operator. So what if we did actually want to add an object to an array? So we wanted to say add an object to our reviews array, or add a string to our emails array, instead of just editing what's the embedded items or embedded objects that are already there. And the way we do this is with the push operator. So instead of set, we're using push. So the syntax when using push is very similar to when using set. Obviously we're still using the update method. The first object that you pass as an argument is the selection criteria. So here I'm saying I only wish to update the document with an ID of 1. And then we then have our second argument that we pass, which is an object. Now this object has a key and a value. The key is the push operator, $push. The value is an embedded object. Now this embedded object tells us two things. First of all, it tells us the name of the array that we want to update, which in this case is email addresses. And then it tells us the value that we wish to add to the array. Remember, we're not editing the array, we're adding an extra item to this array. And this is the value that we put here. So if we compare this against adding an object to an array, let's look at our reviews array. So if we want to actually add an object here, the syntax is extremely similar. If I show you this, if you look here, the only thing that's changed is the value of the key value pair in the embedded object. So we're changing from here, we're appending a string to the array. Here we are appending an object to the array. You can see that everything else is exactly the same. So let's show this in action. So let's first of all add this string to our email addresses array. So if I run this now, you'll see it's updated one record. I'll view my documents and we can see it has appended this extra string to my email addresses array. Same if I add my extra object to my reviews array. I'm going to run this here. View my customer's object again. View my customer's document, sorry. And we can see it has appended this extra object to this array. So that's great. Now, how do we actually remove items from our array? So let's reopen our customers collection here, and we want to remove this particular email address here. In fact, let's remove the middle one. So I'm just going to paste this here. Before we had push. Now what we're going to do here is the opposite of push is pull. And all I'm changing is push to pull, and then I just need to say the name of the email address I wish to pull. And I actually wish to pull the middle one here, jm@hotmail.com. So I'm going to put that in here. Well, that's actually put 2 quotes in there. and I am going to run this, and it is going to pull that item, that string, out of this array. So you can see here we actually named the string that we want to pull. How about there is actually another operator which can remove items from arrays, and that is actually the pop operator. Now what pop will do, let me just open up the customers. I'm going to copy this and open up the customers document again. So you can see here we have 4 objects within our array. Now with pull, we had to name the particular item that we wanted to pull from the array. What pop does is it just removes either the final object in the array or the first object in the array. And the way you submit this is by putting a 1 or a -1. A 1 will pop the final object from the array, and a -1 will pop the first object from the array. So if we run this now, we'll see the book 4 object review is actually going to disappear. If I run this now, you can see now that book 4 has disappeared. So that's great. So now let's go back to initially I'm just going to open up this customers table again. Initially we pushed the james@gmail.com to our array. Now I could, even though james@gmail.com is already in my array, I could do another push right now and add this, and it's just going to duplicate. However, what if I don't want duplicates? What if I only want to add james@gmail.com if it doesn't already exist in the array? So james@gmail.com already exists in this array. So instead of using push, I can use an operator called addToSet. Now what this is going to do is it will actually, so I'm asking to add james@gmail.com to my email addresses array. It will check if that already exists, and if it does exist, it will not add it to the set. So if I run this now, you'll see it says updated one document, one record. It says, it should say document really. But you can see it hasn't actually added it because it was a duplication. However, if I actually, I'm going to run this again. I'm going to open up my customers document again, and I'm going to change my push to add to set, but I'm going to change the email address slightly, and this time it will, because this is a unique value. This value doesn't already exist in this array. So if I run this now, you will see that it has successfully added this extra email address. So really, addToSet is really a safer way to add items to your array if you don't want duplications, because with push you can get duplications, with addToSet you don't. Now, in terms of addressing the the relational SQL side, as we said previously, relational SQL databases don't allow arrays as field values. So this is not something that you can accomplish with SQL databases. It's something specific to our NoSQL databases such as MongoDB. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.